Hello, everyone. The moment you lose control, who really wins? Think about it. You raise your voice, your hands shake, your words become sharp, and for a brief second, you feel powerful. You feel like you're taking a stand. But then what happens? The other person gets defensive. The argument escalates. And before you know it, you're caught in a battle that has nothing to do with solving the problem and everything to do with proving a point. But what if that's exactly what they wanted? What if their goal wasn't to understand you, but to make you react? When you lose control, you hand over your power. You become predictable. And the moment you become predictable, you become easy to manipulate. The person who can push your buttons, who knows exactly what words will set you off, controls you without ever raising their voice. Real power isn't about reacting, it's about responding. The strongest person in the room is never the loudest. It's the one who remains composed while everyone else is falling apart, the one who doesn't let emotions dictate their actions. When you lose control, you also lose clarity. Your emotions cloud your judgment, and suddenly you're not thinking about long-term consequences. You're only thinking about winning the moment. But at what cost? A damaged relationship, a lost opportunity, a reputation built on impulsiveness rather than wisdom. So, who really wins when you lose control? Not you, not your goals, and certainly not your peace of mind. The real winner is the one who kept their composure, the one who walked away with their dignity intact. Because the true mark of strength isn't in overpowering others, it's in mastering yourself. Anger feels powerful, but does it make you stronger? In the heat of the moment, anger gives you a surge of energy. Your heart pounds, your adrenaline spikes, and you feel unstoppable, like nothing can stand in your way. It feels like strength. But if anger truly made you stronger, why does it leave you drained? Why does it so often lead to regret? Strength isn't about force, it's about control. When anger takes over, you may feel like you're in charge, but in reality, you're losing control. Your words become weapons, not solutions. Your actions become reactions, not decisions. And what happens next? You hurt people, you break trust, you damage your own credibility. Because while anger may feel like a force of power, it's also a force of destruction. True strength is measured in restraint, not rage. A strong person doesn't need to lash out to prove a point. They don't need to raise their voice to be heard. Strength is in the ability to stay calm when emotions demand otherwise. It's in the ability to think before speaking, to pause before acting, and to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. Think of the people you admire. Are they the ones who lose their temper or the ones who remain steady under pressure? Are they the ones who react with aggression or the ones who handle conflict with clarity and confidence? Anger can make you feel powerful for a moment, but real power lasts beyond the moment. It builds relationships instead of breaking them. It solves problems instead of creating them. And it earns respect instead of fear. The strongest person isn't the one who lets anger take over. It's the one who knows when to let it go. Is your reaction helping or hurting your influence? Every time you respond to a situation, you are shaping the way people see you. Your reaction tells others whether you are someone to be respected or someone to be feared, someone who can be trusted or someone who is unpredictable. Influence isn't just about what you say, it's about how you handle pressure, conflict, and criticism. And if your emotions are leading the way, your influence is at risk. When you react impulsively, whether through anger, frustration, or defensiveness, you may feel like you're standing your ground, but in reality, you might be pushing people away. A single outburst can overshadow years of credibility. A moment of lost control can make people question your leadership, your judgment, and even your character. It only takes one emotional reaction to change how people perceive you. The most influential people are not the ones who dominate conversations or overpower others with emotion. They are the ones who stay composed, who listen more than they speak, and who choose their words carefully. They understand that influence is not about proving a point. It's about earning trust. And trust is built when people see that you can handle adversity with wisdom rather than impulse. So the next time frustration rises, ask yourself, will this reaction build bridges or burn them? Will it inspire confidence or create doubt? Because your influence is not just about what you know, it's about how you make people feel. And if your reaction leaves others feeling uneasy, unheard, or disrespected, your influence is already slipping away. True power isn't in the reaction, it's in the ability to choose how you respond. What if the calmest person in the room always leads? In any room, in any situation, there is always chaos waiting to unfold. Tensions rise, voices clash, and emotions take over. But then there is one person, silent, composed, unshaken, and without saying much, they command the most attention. Why? Because calmness is a signal of control, and control is what people naturally follow. When a crisis hits, people don't look for the loudest voice, they look for the clearest mind. They look for the one who isn't reacting out of fear, anger, or frustration, the one who takes their time, who thinks before they speak, who remains steady while others are unraveling. That person, without force, without demand, becomes the leader. True leadership isn't about overpowering others. It's about giving people confidence in uncertain moments. When you stay calm, you create an environment where others feel safe. They trust you to navigate the storm. But when you lose control, when you let frustration dictate your actions, you send a message that the situation is bigger than you. And if it's bigger than you, why should anyone follow? The calmest person in the room is the one who sees beyond the moment. They don't let emotions cloud their vision. They understand that decisions made in anger often lead to regret. They recognize that influence isn't built through reaction, but through intentional response. So ask yourself, in moments of tension, do you bring order or add to the chaos? Do you steady the ship or shake it further? Because if leadership is about trust, then the one who remains calm, the one who refuses to let emotions dictate their choices, is always the one people will look to when it matters most. Anger is instant, but its consequences last. Are they worth it? In the moment, anger feels justified. It feels like the only way to make yourself heard, to defend your position, to release the frustration boiling inside you. But after the fire fades, what's left? The words you can't take back, the damage you didn't intend, the regret that lingers long after the anger is gone. Anger is quick, it happens in a flash. One comment, one action, one misunderstanding, and suddenly emotions take over, but the effects of that moment can stretch far beyond what you ever expected. A relationship fractured, a reputation questioned, an opportunity lost, and for what? A few seconds of emotional release? The reality is, the cost of anger is often higher than the reward. It takes years to build trust, and only one careless reaction to break it. It takes effort to create respect, and only one outburst to lose it. And while you may forget what was said in the heat of the moment, the people on the receiving end rarely do. So before anger takes control, ask yourself, is this reaction worth what I might lose? Will this make the situation better or worse? Because once it's out, once the damage is done, there's no rewinding time. You can apologize, you can explain, but the impact of your words and actions will remain. Real strength isn't in how quickly you react, it's in how wisely you choose to respond. The ability to pause, to think, to walk away when necessary is what separates those who lead their emotions from those who are led by them. Because anger lasts only a moment, but its consequences can shape everything that follows. Are they really worth it? Master your emotions, or your emotions will master you. Every day you are faced with situations that challenge your patience, test your limits, and stir emotions within you. Some moments fill you with joy, others with frustration, and some with deep anger. But the question isn't whether you will feel these emotions. The question is whether you will control them or let them control you. When emotions take over, they dictate your actions. They push you to say things you don't mean, make choices you later regret, and react in ways that don't align with who you truly want to be. You may feel justified in the moment, but what happens after? You're left cleaning up the mess, apologizing, or dealing with the consequences of an impulsive decision. But when you master your emotions, everything changes. Instead of reacting without thinking, you pause. Instead of letting anger speak for you, you choose your words carefully. Instead of being controlled by frustration, you approach the situation with clarity. And in that moment, you reclaim your power. The strongest people aren't those who never feel emotions. It's those who don't let emotions dictate their lives. They understand that just because they feel something doesn't mean they have to act on it. They recognize that true control isn't about suppressing emotions, but about directing them in a way that serves their goals, not destroys them. So, which will it be? Will you be the master of your emotions, or will they master you? Because every time you let anger, fear, or frustration take the lead, you are handing over control. But the moment you decide to lead with wisdom instead of impulse, you step into real strength, the kind that isn't swayed by emotions, but guided by intention. In the end, the power to stay calm in the face of anger is the power to control your own life. Anger may feel like strength, but true strength lies in restraint. Your reactions shape your influence, determine your relationships, and define your leadership. The calmest person in the room is often the one people trust, respect, and follow. Every moment of anger offers a choice: react and risk regret, or pause and respond with wisdom. The cost of losing control is high, but the reward of mastering your emotions is even greater. When you choose calm over chaos, clarity over impulse, and wisdom over reaction, you become the person others look up to, not because you overpower them, but because you inspire them. So take control. Master your emotions before they master you. Lead with intention, not impulse. And remember, real power isn't in reacting, it's in choosing how you respond. Thank you.